comment or asking a question. The MAG public comment process allows members of the public to comment on items that fall under MAG's jurisdiction. If you would like to comment at today's meeting, please complete the request to speak form. MAG staff can assist with any questions you may have. If you parked in the garage, a validation stamp is available on the counter. If you purchase a transit ticket to come to the meeting, please see staff for a ticket. Hearing assisted devices are available from MAG staff. We will now begin the meeting with a roll call of all members.
Thank you, Chair. I will go down the list alphabetically by organization. Raquel Schatz, Apache Junction.
Here.
Thank you. Steve O'Brien, ADOT.
Here.
Thank you. Raj Thowdam, City of Avondale.
Here.
Thank you. John Willett, City of Buckeye.
Present.
Thank you. Charlie Cerna, City of Chandler.
Here.
Thank you. Chair Cristo is here.
Here.
Jennifer Acuna, Federal Highway Administration. Andy Smith, Town of Florence. Hong Huo, Town of Gilbert.
Here.
Thank you. Patrick Sage, City of Glendale.
Here.
Thank you. Brian Harville, City of Goodyear. Brian Harville, Goodyear. Keith Dranaski, Litchfield Park. Monir Zaman, City of Maricopa. Oh, no, he said he's here. Monir Zaman, City of Maricopa. We have Drew Segato, proxy for Angela Macaluso, McDOT. Sabina King, City of Mesa.
Here.
Thank you. Robert DeSerrano, Town of Paradise Valley. Charles Andrews, City of Peoria. Maisha Harris, City of Phoenix.
Here.
Thank you. Christopher Wanamaker, Pinell County. Brad Novacek, Town of Queen Creek. Jennifer Jack, Salt River, Pima, Maricopa Indian Community.
Present.
Thank you. Satane Halak, City of Scottsdale.
Here.
Thank you. Jonathan Fooch, City of Surprise.
Present.
Thank you. Corey Steely, City of Tempe.
Present.
Thank you. Gabriel Elias, Town of Tolleson.
Here.
Thank you. Grant Anderson, Town of Youngtown.
Here.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Item number 2 is the call to the audience. This is the opportunity for the public to comment on items that fall under MAG's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda, informational items, or items on the agenda for discussion and not for action. 15 minutes will be provided for the call to the audience unless the chair requests an exemption to this limit. I have received no requests to speak for the call to the audience. MAG also provided the opportunity for members of the public to submit written comments via the MAG website. Any comments received 2 hours prior to the meeting have been shared with committee members in advance of the meeting for consideration and will be included in the formal meeting minutes. Staff, have we received any online written comments for the call to the audience?
Thank you, Chair. We have received one written comment for the call to the audience, which has been provided to the members in advance of the meeting for consideration.
Thank you. Item number 3 is the MAG staff report. This item is on the agenda for information and will be presented by Velvet Matthew, MAG Freeway Engineering Manager.
Good afternoon, everybody. Appreciate everybody's attendance. Could advance the slide. Go ahead and click, Tyler. First, we want to thank Chair Cristo. This is Chair's last meeting with us as chair. We want to thank you for your 2 years of service. Appreciate all that you've done for the committee, and we want to recognize you. So if you wouldn't mind, we have a certificate for you, Bryce, as well as you get to have your photo taken. Right there. We need to move chairs. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Patrick
No,
is
no,
a much
no.
better part than I am. All righty.
Thank you, everyone.
So, another announcement, we have a new vice chair to round out the year. I would like to announce that Charlie Cerna from the city of Chandler is our new vice chair. And going with that announcement, he will then move into our chair position for next year. So welcome, Charlie.
Thank you for the introduction there. Thank you.
Next, we want to welcome 2 new members to our committee. First is Maisha Harris from the city of Phoenix. Appointment was officially made on November 18th, as well as welcoming Hong Ho from town of Gilbert as well. So welcome, ladies, to the committee.
Thank you.
Another announcement. Next year, Wendy Miller, our MAG's Transportation Improvement Program Manager, will take over as the lead staffer for the street committee. It's been a pleasure working with you guys for the past year, and next year, Wendy will be taking over the reins. So welcome, Wendy. Another announcement, next year for our meeting schedule, things have changed. This year, we were a monthly scheduled meeting for every Tuesday. We are now moving to even numbered months on the second Tuesday. So February is our anticipated next meeting date, just to kind of bring that to everybody's attention. And my last final item, USDOT announced the build grant notice for funding. Applications are due February 24th. There's approximately $1.5 billion available in fiscal year 2026 through IIJA funds. The full application instructions are posted on their website, and we have that webpage link here on the screen. And with that, Chair, that concludes my announcements.
Thank you, Velda. Item number 4 is the approval of the October 14th, 2025 meeting minutes. Does any member of the committee have any questions or comments? Hearing none, prior to approval of the meeting minutes, there is an opportunity for members of the public to comment. I have received no requests for this item. Staff, have we received any online written comments for this item?
Thank you, Chair. We received no online written comments for this agenda item.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve agenda item number 4? Please state your name and agency.
Raquel Schatz, City of Apache Junction. I approve the meeting minutes. Sorry.
Can I have a second?
Second by Jennifer Jack.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. We will have those participating in the meeting online take part in a voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. We need to see the faces of everyone to participate in the voice vote. For those who cannot or do not want to turn on their cameras, staff will conduct a roll call vote. Staff will only call on those virtual participants who did not turn on their camera. Members, please leave your cameras on until after the roll call vote so that staff can count the people's names whose cameras are not on. Can I have a voice vote on those in the room and those online? Those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Members, please leave your cameras on. Staff, can you take a roll call of the members participating virtually who did not turn on their camera?
Thank you, Chair. Hong Huo,
Hi, I'm sorry, my camera doesn't work. I don't know why. So,
John Willett,
Oh, aye. I thought I clicked camera on. I must have clicked it on or off again. Sorry.
thank you. Chair, the motion passes.
Item number 5 is Proposition 400 Arterial Life Cycle Program Project Change Overview. This item is on the agenda for information and discussion and will be introduced by Jerry Basham, MAG Senior Transportation Planner.
Thank you, Chair Christo. Members of the Street Committee, my name is Jeremy Basham, and I'm a senior planner at MAG. I'm happy to be here today to present an overview of the Arterial Life Cycle Program Project Change request process. Just to clarify, this presentation will seem similar to one that was given by Patrick in September's Street Committee meeting, but while that presentation was on the Proposition 479 ALCP project change process, this presentation is focused on the Proposition 400 ALCP project change process. First, to start with some context of what our discussion will be today and to set the table for the City of Mesa's presentations on their 4 change requests later in the agenda. Like all things, this starts with the Regional Strategic Infrastructure Investment Plan, or the RSTIP. The RSTIP was updated in September 2023 for changes in Senate Bill 1102, and the Arterial Life Cycle Program is an integral component of the RSTIP. The ALCP is the financial management tool for the arterial component of the RSTIP. The ALCP is guided by the policies and procedures that were developed by the ALCP Working Group and approved by Regional Council. And since 2006, 102 projects or project segments have been completed, with more on the way as the program comes closer to its completion. So on to the change process itself, it is in Section 220 of the ALCP policies and procedures. And this covers the project modification process and outlines the process for member agencies to submit scope changes, or as you will see today, proposing substitute projects to replace projects currently in the Arterial Life Cycle Program. A requirement of this process is for agencies to use the ALCP project change tool that is described in the policies, and for member agencies to present the results of the change tool to the Street Committee, which Mesa is doing today. Now for an overview of the project change tool itself, it summarizes the requests. Member agencies identify the current ALCP project and the proposed project, including the proposed funding and a detailed cost estimate. The process requires evaluation with the project change tool itself, and the agency is required to present the request at Street Committee, providing an overview on the reasons for the change, how it aligns with the policies, and the results of the tool itself. Within the tool, there is an evaluation process, and I did want to say that when comparing the Proposition 400 ALCP and Proposition 479 ALCP project change processes, the evaluation will be the main difference as the criteria between the 2 programs are different. Of the 9 criteria for the Proposition 400 ALCP, 6 are quantitative and 3 are qualitative. The criteria was developed by members of the Arterial Life Cycle Work Group. The qualitative factors do allow member agencies to highlight additional items about the request. And as you can see, here's a table listing all 9 criteria used in the project change tool. And Chair Christo, members of the committee, that concludes my overview of the Proposition 400 Arterial Life Cycle project change process, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Jeremy. Do any members have any questions or comments? Hearing none, we will move into it. Item number 6 is the Arterial Life Cycle Program Project Change Technical Review for Broadway Road, Mesa Drive to Stapley Drive. This item is on the agenda for information, discussion, and possible recommendation, and will be introduced by Sabina King of City of Mesa.
Yeah, hello everyone, this is Sabina, and as mentioned, we're presenting our projects here. We have a total of 4 projects, and just a little bit of background before I dive into the details. Our exercise essentially was looking at the Prop 400 funding, and we reallocated funding from projects that we will not be able to build in the required time frame to utilize the Prop 400 funding, and allocating it to projects that are going to construction or about to go to construction. And so those 4 projects here, we're working on maximizing the 70-30% match. The cost, of course, of those projects, I say of course because we're all in the same boat, these costs have increased since we first put them into the Prop 400, so ultimately that's what we're going for. We're maximizing our 30%, 70%, 30% match, and reallocating it from other projects. The projects are Broadway Road from Mesa Drive to Stapley Drive, Bella Vista Drive from US 60 to Pueblo Avenue, Ellsworth Road from Germain Road to Ray Road, and then Country Club Road from US 60 to Southern Avenue. Next slide. In order to fund Broadway Road to Mesa Drive from Stapler Drive, this project, wanted to add, is going to construction in January. So design is done, it's delivered by a CMAR, and we're ready to go on this. We're under contract with the CMAR, have been. So here we're reducing funding on another segment along Broadway Road that had been identified in the past, and that's Broadway Road from Country Club to Mesa Drive. We're also shifting funding from 3 other projects to Broadway Road, which is Hawes Road from Baseline to Elliott, McCulloch's from East of Sossaman to Meridian, Dobson at University intersection project, and then we're shifting project savings from Ellsworth Road, Posada Avenue to Prairie, because this project has been completed, so we no longer need whatever else is allocated to it. And then, again, we're increasing funding for Broadway Road from Mesa Drive to Stapley Drive. Next slide. The scope of Broadway Road from Country Club to Mesa Drive, which is one of the projects we're reducing the funding from, is essentially we're replacing pavement, we're maintaining and improving existing sidewalks, curb and gutter along the corridor, and we're also adding bike lanes that we don't have today. And again, this project will not be able to be completed within the Prop 400 timeline, and our other project, Broadway Road, Mesa Drive to Stapley, is ready to go to construction, and we do not have sufficient funding to build it otherwise. Next slide. Hawes Road, Baseline to Elliott, we're also shifting funding from that to Broadway Road. The original scope here is to widen all of Hawes from 6 lanes. Some of it has already been built, a lot of it has already been built by development, and that would include curb, gutter, sidewalk, and street lighting in areas that has not been fully developed yet. And again, we're asking to change the funding here and allocate it to Broadway Road because, again, most of it has already been completed. And so we expect that this will be done through development here in the near future, and there will be no need for us to have a CIP project here. Next slide. McCulloch's Road east of Sossaman to Meridian is a very similar situation here. The original plan was to widen it to 4 lanes from Sossaman to Chrisman, curb, gutter, sidewalk, street lights, all the things. However, this has mostly already been completed through development, and so this one also we do not expect to need a CIP project in the future, and we'll delete this project and shift all the funding to Broadway Road. Next slide. Dobson Road at University, those were intersection improvements that we had planned, and this project has actually been completed in 2015. Thus, we are asking to shift all of its leftover funding to Broadway Road from Mesa Drive to Stapley. Slide. So this is the project in question. This is where we're reconstructing 1.5 miles of Broadway Road with new pavement. We are improving sidewalks, adding sidewalks where they're missing, including ADA improvements. We're also adding bike lanes and upgrading signals along this section. We are adding 3 pedestrian crossings along this corridor. There's a school and the park, so they're much needed in the area. We're undergrounding some of the electric lines, which will be great for sidewalks because right now a lot of the poles are in the middle of the sidewalk. We're upgrading our storm drain, street lighting, and there's also a multitude of utilities that are being done as part of this project. Again, this is ready to go to construction here this January, and the ultimate request is to increase regional funding by 29.95 million. So the total ALCP fund allocated to this project is $45.4 million. Next slide. Here are the results of our evaluation, comparing it to the other projects that we're taking the funding from. And you can see here the quantitative score is the highest out of all, and so is the total score. And next slide. Here's the breakdown of what this looks like, how much money we're taking from each of the projects I had talked about and putting it towards Broadway Road, Mesa Drive to Stapley. You can see that 3 projects here will have no ALCP budget left, which is fine. Again, 2 of these we already completed, and one of them we won't be able to fund So ultimately, again, we're looking at increasing the ALCP funding for this project by 29.95 million for a total of $45.4 million. Are there any questions for this process for Broadway Road from Mesa Drive to Stapley?
Thank you, Sabina. Do any members have any questions or comments? Hearing none. So prior to voting, there is an opportunity for members of the public to comment. I've received no requests for this agenda item. Staff, have we received any online written comments for this agenda item?
Thank you, Chair. We've received no online written comments for this agenda item.
Thank you. Is there a motion to recommend including the proposed project changes in fiscal year 2026 Prop 400 ALCP? Can we have a motion?
Anderson, Youngtown, I shall move.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Maisha Harris, City of Phoenix, second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. We'll have those participating in the meeting online take part in a voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. Members, please leave your cameras on until after the roll call vote. Can I have a voice vote of those in the room and those online? Those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say nay.
Yes.
Members, please leave your cameras on so staff can take a roll call of the members participating virtually who did not turn on their camera.
Thank you, Chair. Hong Huo.
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, the motion passes.
Thank you very much. Item number 7 is the ALCP project change technical review, Val Vista Drive from US Route 60 to Pueblo Avenue. This item is on the agenda for information, discussion, and possible recommendation, and will again be introduced by Sabina King of City of Mesa.
Thank you very much. So this project is actually already under construction. We started in August, and it's scheduled to go through September of next year, 2026. And what we're doing here again is increasing our 70-30, or maximizing our 70-30% match. And so we're reducing funding that is still left over from the Broadway Road project from Country Club to Mesa Drive, and we're adding the funding to La Vista Drive. Next slide. The project of the Broadway Road, as we discussed it earlier, again, is replacing the pavement between Country Club and Mesa Drive, curb gutter sidewalks, improvements, and adding bike lanes. And again, this project will not be able to be completed within the Prop 400 timeline. We haven't even started design, and we also have no funding to do so. And thus we are recommending or requesting to move the funding to Val Vista Drive from US 60 to Pueblo Avenue. Next slide. Val Vista Drive, US 60 to Pueblo Avenue includes a full build of Val Vista of the intersection. We're doing capacity improvements at the intersection. We're upgrading the signal. We're upgrading everything to current ADA standards, and we're adding a new northbound and southbound lane on this corridor, which will reduce congestion in this area. And this is a very high priority and has been for years, and we're glad to finally be under construction. And ultimately, the request is to increase the ALCP regional funding by just over $700,000, $736,686 to be exact. And the total project for this project funding will then be $12.03 million. Next slide. The evaluation also shows this to be a higher score than Broadway Road, where we're taking money from, as 0.65. Here you see the breakdown of the numbers. Again, we're taking 0.73 million from Broadway Road, adding it to Val Vista, which will then have a total ALCP budget of 12.03 million. Any questions?
Do any members have any questions or comments? Hearing none. Prior to voting, there is an opportunity for members of the public to comment. I've received no requests for this agenda item. Staff, have we received any online written comments for this agenda item?
Thank you, Chair. We've received no online written comments for this agenda item.
Thank you. May I have a motion to recommend including the proposed project changes in the fiscal year 2026 Prop 400 Arterial Life Cycle Program? Can I have a motion?
Jennifer Jack, I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion. Can I have a second?
Raquel Schatt, City of Apache Junction, second.
Thank you. We'll have those participating in the meeting online take part in the voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. Members, please leave your cameras on until after the roll call vote. Can I have a voice vote for those in the room and those online? Those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say nay. Members, please leave your cameras on. Staff, can you take a roll call of the members participating virtually who did not turn on their camera?
Thank you, Chair. Hong Huo.
Aye.
Thank you. Chair, the motion passes.
Thank you. Second. Item number 8 is the Arterial Life Cycle Program Project Change Technical Review for Ellsworth Road from German Road to Ray Road. This item is on the agenda for information, discussion, and possible recommendation, and will be introduced by Sabina King of City of Mesa.
Thank you. So this project is also currently under construction. It started in October of this year and expected to be completed in January of 2027. In order to maximize our 70-30% match here, we are reducing funding for 2 projects programmed in the ALCP, one Broadway Road, Country Club to Mesa Drive. It's the 3rd time you're hearing about it. And then Stapley Drive at University intersection improvements. We're also shifting funding from a project that's no longer a priority for us. It's Sossaman Road, Velocity Way to Germain. And then we are adding this funding again to Ellsworth Road from Germain Road to Ray Road. Next slide. The Broadway Road project that we've taken money from multiple times now, again, is corridor improvement, curb gutter sidewalk pavement, and we will not be able to complete this project within the Prop 400 time frame and are thus asking to shift funding $2.36 million to the Ellsworth Road project. Next slide. Stapley Drive at University Drive. This is an intersection project as well as replacing of pavement, which you see here on the aerial. The limits of that includes capacity improvements at the intersection, and we're modifying and upgrading the traffic signals and also making everything ADA compliant and reconstructing signals that are older, 3 traffic signals to be specific. Due to inflation we've seen, we no longer have sufficient funding to do this project. And again, we have Ellsworth Road is a higher priority than this, and we wouldn't be able to finish this project in time. So we're requesting to shift $12.22 million from this project to Ellsworth Road. Next slide. Here we have Sossaman Velocity Way to Germain Road. The scope for this project is to finish out the cross-section of Sossaman Road to widen it from 2 lanes to 4 lanes with a raised median. This project, like the others, we were not able to complete within the Prop 400 time frame. We have not started design, and we have other projects such as Ellsworth with the higher priority. So we're asking to delete this project from the ALCP and shift the funding of $8.4 million to the Ellsworth Road project. Next. And here, Ellsworth Road. This is a project that consists of widening all of Ellsworth Road to a 6-lane cross-section. Right now is a mix of widths, and this is our busiest street in Mesa with around 55,000 vehicles a day. We're also doing a mill and overlay along this whole corridor, and we are including curb gutter sidewalks in some of the areas, but some of them will be by development as well. So it won't be all of the sidewalk, but the majority of sidewalks we're adding. But we do have quite a few development projects going on in the area that we're aware of and we have plans for as well. Again, we are in construction. We're hoping to be completed in January of 2027. And our ultimate request is to increase the regional ALCP funding by $23 million for a total of $23.95 million for Ellsworth Road. Here's the scoring is from the evaluation. Ellsworth Road has a total score of 1, which has the highest score out of the 3 projects. Other 3 projects we're requesting to take funding from. Next slide. Here you see the breakdown, specifically how much money we're asking to reallocate from other projects. Ultimately, Sossaman Road, Velocity Germain will be deleted from the ALCP. We still have some funding left in Stapleton University and Broadway, Country Club to Mesa Drive. But yeah, ultimately, again, we're looking to increase our ALCP budget for Ellsworth to $23.95 million. Any questions?
Do any members have any questions or comments? Prior to voting, there is an opportunity for members of the public to comment. I've received no requests for this agenda item. Staff, have we received any online written comments for this item?
Thank you, Chair. We have received no online written comments for this agenda item.
Is there a motion to recommend including the proposed project changes in fiscal year 2026 Prop 400 ALCP? Can I have a motion?
Jennifer Jack, motion to approve.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Anderson, second.
Thank you. We have those participating in the meeting online take part in the voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. Members, please leave your cameras on until after the roll call vote. Can I have a voice vote of those in the room and those online? Those in favor say aye.
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 Those say nay. Members, please leave your cameras on. Staff, can you take roll call of the members participating virtually who did not turn on their camera?
Thank you, Chair. Hong Huo.
Aye.
Thank you. Chair, the motion passes.
Thank you. Item number 9 is the Arterial Life Cycle Program Project Change Technical Review, Country Club Drive from US Route 60 to Southern Avenue. This item is on the agenda for information, discussion, and possible recommendation, and will again be introduced by Sabina King of City of Mesa.
Thank you. Last but not least, sorry for hogging this meeting. We'll get through this. This one again is for Country Club from US 60 to Southern Avenue. We have multiple projects we're shifting funding from. Again, one is Broadway Road, Country Club to Mesa Drive, and then we have Elliott Road, Power Road to Eastern Maricopa Floodway, as well as Signal Butte from Williamsfield to Germain to create this new project from Country Club US 60 to Southern Avenue. Next slide. First off, the Broadway Road project we've talked about multiple times now. Pavement improvements, curb gutter sidewalk between Country Club and Mesa Drive. We have no money nor will be able to finish this project in the required time frame. So we're asking to shift $305,984 to Country Club from US 60 to Southern Avenue. Next. Elliott Road, Power Road to EMF. This project scope includes pavement widening to have a 6-lane cross-section with curb gutter, sidewalk, and bike lanes. A lot of it has been completed by a development, this complete south side as well, which we can see in the area. It hasn't caught up yet. So this project, not only will it not be completed within the Prop 400 timeline, most of it is already, again, done by private development. We expect that to be completed by private development. We will not have a CIP project in the area. Thus, we're asking to shift the entire project funding of $5.1 million to the Country Club from US 60 to Southern Avenue project. Next slide. This project is a new project that we have asked to add in the ALCP. It includes pavement reconstruction, ADA compliance, and we will also retrofit the lighting, street lighting with LED. We're also doing ITS enhancements at the intersection. This came about. It's a high crash corridor. We're aware of it. There is a gas station on the east side of Country Club, and we have a lot of uncontrolled crossings along this section. It's a very busy street as well. 45,000 vehicles a day, give or take, close to the freeway, as you can see. So we have a lot of crossings there that hinder traffic and that have caused crashes, severe, and fatalities in the past. So as part of the project, we're adding a signalized mid-block crossing. And we're also upgrading our transit stop, and we are replacing all the pavement in the area as well, up to the intersection of Southern and Country Club, including the intersection. And with this project, we also hope to reduce congestion by less conflict points and less turning vehicles and less pedestrian crossings as well, improve the travel time, by channelizing the left turns and just overall streamlining the traffic flow while also addressing the safety issues that do persist in this corridor. This project is almost completed in design. We're going to be at 100% in January. We'll be ready to go to construction shortly thereafter. And we are asking to include this new project into the Prop 400 ALCP and increase the funding to 7.98 million, or add the project funding to 7.98 million for this one. Next slide. The scoring evaluation showed that this has the highest score as well, quantitative for the quantitative score compared to the other 3 projects we're asking for funding from. Next slide. And ultimately here, what we're seeing is we're taking 0.3 million from Broad Railroad. We're removing the leftover funding from the Elliott Road project of 5.1 million, as well as Sigmund Butte from Williamsfield to Germain. We're taking the 2.58 million to have a total of 7.98 million for the Country Club Drive project from US 60 to Southern Avenue. Any questions?
Do any members have any questions or comments? Prior to voting, there is an opportunity for members of the public to comment. I've received no requests for this agenda item. Staff, have we received any online written comments for this agenda item?
Thank you, Chair. We have received no online written comments for this agenda item.
Thank you. May I have a motion to recommend including the proposed project changes in the fiscal year 2026 Prop 400 ALCP? May I have a motion?
Patrick Sage, City of Glendale. I'll move.
Thank you, Patrick. May I have a second?
John
Aisha
Wilk,
Harris,
City
City of
Buckeye.
Apache Junction, second.
Thank you. We will have those participating in the meeting online take part in the voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. Members, please leave on your cameras until after the roll call vote. Can I have a voice vote of those in the room and those online? Those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say nay. Staff, can you take a roll call of the members participating virtually who did not turn on the camera?
Thank you, Chair. Hong Huo.
Aye.
Thank you. Satane Halak.
Aye.
Satane Halak.
Aye.
Thank you. Chair, the motion passes.
Thank you. Item number 10 on the agenda is requests for future agenda items. Are there any requests from the membership for an item on a future agenda? Hearing none, we will move to item number 11, which is comments from the committee. Are there any comments or announcements from the membership?
I like the new meeting schedule.
Thank you. Any other comments? Hearing none, we are ready to adjourn. The next meeting of the street committee will be on Tuesday, February 10th at 1 p.m. And right now it is 1:39 p.m. and we are adjourned.